Momentum is one of the strongest forces when it comes to building confidence. If you are on a roll and you have been doing your daily habits, like I explained in the link below, which is your cold shower to get the bravery of turning the water on, it's talking to the barista to get the NPC, non-player character dialogue going. If you're doing these habits and you're doing them daily, they will get easier and easier to do. And the way that this relates to confidence is that the more you're talking to people, the fresher in your mind your recent successes are going to be. Let's say you talked to someone 6 months ago and you had a great conversation, and that was the last time you actually started a conversation with someone. By the time you start my program and you start wanting to talk to 100 people a day to brute force your confidence, you just won't have it in you. It'll be so hard for you to start, right? I shouldn't say it'd be so hard. It'd be much harder for you to start. And you compare that to someone which is doing the daily actions, which is stepping under the cold water to build their bravery, who is talking to the people around them, who is maybe picking up the phone and calling a customer service line. This may not be you that needs that level of confidence building, but there are people out there which are that timid, and this method definitely helps you. If you're doing those actions daily, it gets a lot easier. The same way playing an instrument, if you practice every day, even for a short amount of time, you'll do better than someone that practices once every week or once a month. There's just no way you can reinforce things in your brain as much as you need to. And so it's the same with confidence, which is you will get momentum and the momentum will carry you through. Your confidence levels will increase at a much faster rate if you're practicing daily, if you're practicing talking to people daily, and you're practicing getting rejected daily. I remember when I was on the street selling for my website business, I've talked to over 10,000 people, started more than 10,000 conversations. The first one was always the hardest. And my method for getting started is I would pick someone very low friction. So I'm big, tall, white guy, and I would just pick an old lady, and I would walk up to the old lady, face on so I didn't surprise them from behind, and I'd say, "Hello, do you need a website?" And of course, they never did need a website, but they were most of the time happy to have a conversation. And that got me going. That got me over the fear of getting to the next one or getting rejected properly when I found someone that probably does need a website. So I talked to the old lady first, and that would start the ball rolling, and then the next one is slightly easier, and the next one is slightly easier. I was talking to 100 people a day, at least. That was my target. If I got to 100 people and I was knackered, I would just stop. But I always got to 100 every day. And I think that was important for other reasons, which is the goal. I knew I had to get to 100. So even when I was getting way more no's in a row than usual, I kept at it. But the momentum, number 60 was much easier than number 1. And number 20 even was much easier than number 5 because I had the momentum. And similarly, going out on a Tuesday after I'd already been out on a Monday to try and sell, much easier than if I'd left it a week. The momentum helps with the confidence because your recent wins are stacking. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to do with momentum which is important. Actually it works flip side, which is it can be friction. So this is, you know, this with bad habits. If you've got any bad habits like smoking or drinking or smoking weed, the more you do it, the harder it is to break the chain. And the more days in a row that you've got, either stopping or just doing it, trying to stop. If you're trying to stop something like alcohol or weed, the longer you've been doing it, the harder it is to stop. or you've been with someone 4 years and yeah, anyway, let's not get into that. But momentum and confidence. If you can start my program, instead of doing 100 people, if you just start with one person on Monday, one person on Tuesday will be easier. 2 people on Wednesday, 4 people on Thursday, 5 people or 8 people on Friday. If you can get that momentum going, you will see your confidence not go up linearly. Your confidence will exponentially increase. The momentum will lower